So here we are in relation to like the bigger picture. Um, okay, so here we have the Meridian area.
Yeah,
Yeah, walk us through a little bit of the town.
yeah. There's, it's really centrally located to the whole Treasure Valley. So, but the parts of the city are pretty distinct. Like you have a really a north, central, and a south. And our office here in the village, that's kind of the center of everything in terms of social get-togethers. A lot of times you have shopping and entertainment here at the village. Has a really cool fountain square that's a big hit with the kids, and they do these like water shows every hour, and light shows. The guy who actually put together the Bellagio fountains in Vegas, if you've seen those fountain
Yeah,
shows,
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
yeah he created this here. And so every hour they do like music and light shows, and it's a pretty cool thing. And our office is just overlooking it
That's so that's
here. So
that's like in this area.
yeah, that's right there at the village and the Fountain Square, right across from Kleiner Park there. So you have the central part of the city, everything off of Eagle Road. That's the busiest road in the state because there's just so much along Eagle Road. You have all the shopping, restaurants, you have hospitals. St. Luke's is the biggest hospital here in the area, and kind of everything you need is all along Eagle Road. And that's the central part.
Eagle Road is.
Mhm.
Could you highlight that with the map, or sorry, with the mouse?
Yeah, so you got Fairview and Albertsons there, and then just right there at Albertsons and Fairview Pavilion, you got, well, the map's kind of throwing me a little bit. So you got Meridian Road, Ustick, and then right here, this is this main yellow road right down the middle. That's Eagle Road. It might be marked as a highway in there,
This one?
like 55. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. So it just runs through the whole, pretty much like through the city.
Right. Yeah, runs through the city, and then it connects all the way to the freeway, South Meridian, where they got a ton of. I mean, I could go on about each part of the city, but each one has something kind of unique to it. So, so if you go, I'll just talk about that. So Central Meridian, kind of all the action as far as entertainment, social gatherings. You got one of the premier parks in the valley in Kleiner Park, right across from the village. They got beautiful ponds and walking trails. Obviously, the normal stuff like playgrounds, and they got basketball courts. And they have a disc golf course. Frisbee golf is really popular around here. Like all through the city, there's about 20 parks, city parks all over Meridian. So
Really?
yeah, I mean, outdoor recreation is huge up here. You're not far from the Boise foothills where you got mountain biking and hiking and all kinds of stuff to do there. But in the parks around Meridian, you got, the ponds, you got people fishing in the ponds,
Take it.
kids running around. Yeah.
What's a park that you like? We can zoom in on.
A park. Yeah, Kleiner is one of my favorite, right across from the village. I'll usually I'll take lunch and go for a walk around the pond there.
Kleiners, which
Yeah,
is
right across the street from the
right here.
village.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, it's huge. It's like 58 acres. It's like massive, all kinds of meeting areas. There's an amphitheater there.
Yeah, it's like
There's
shopping and
Yeah,
even.
it's right across from all the shopping and
Mhm.
everything. And there's a lot of community events that they hold there as well.
Excellent.
And then that's probably one of my favorite's probably Settlers Park. So if you zoom out a little bit, yeah, Settlers Park is probably like the best park I've ever seen. I was just there this morning with my daughter.
Sellers
Um,
Park.
so it's more towards like U-Stick, off of U-Stick there,
Oh,
and Meridian Road. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah, so you see all the baseball fields,
yeah,
and then just a ton of open green, like green space.
yeah.
So you have flag football practices going, you got soccer, you got volleyball, and a lot of times in the summer and spring, especially, all these sports are going at the same time. So it's so much space. It's right by a pond, and people fish in there. But then you got tennis courts, pickleball courts,
Yeah.
Pickleball is really big up here. They have like the national tournament across the country. They hosted it here last summer.
No way.
And then they got all these cornhole courts right along there.
Oh, is it this?
Yeah. So,
What?
and it's like state of the art. It's like brand new, really nice. They got cornhole leagues here, and
Oh,
I was always
cool.
playing basketball city league, but now I'm starting to think this cornhole might be my future with how
Yeah.
my ankles are feeling these days. And it's
Cool.
fun. Yeah, I mean, you get a little partner and play some cornhole.
Yeah.
It's a good time throwing the bean bags.
Cool. And then the pickleball, and then we
Yeah,
have
pickleball courts,
right
tennis
here.
courts.
Tennis courts.
You got a massive playground, and then, like I said, I took my daughter this morning and this weekend, and she just likes to run around the splash pad there. So they got this water just dumping from the buckets and shooting everywhere. And they were actually having a little YMCA summer camp there today too. So there's so much stuff to do there that they just take the kids there and let them free for all and have fun. So
Yeah. Nice.
awesome place. The other thing about Settlers Park in the summer is they'll have this gelati stand. So they're selling like shaved ice and gelati. Italian gelati, and it's really, really good, especially on a hot day. Like we've been having some hot days this summer.
Right. Yeah. So at the time of this recording, this is in late July. So is this unusual to have weather that's hot in the area?
I mean, this is a little bit hotter than it is traditionally here. Most summers it's a dry heat in the low 90s. July is the hottest month, and August isn't far behind. But yeah, I mean, the summers that are, one thing that sets it apart is that it's not really humid. It's really rare to get humid weather here. So to me, being initially from California, the heat really doesn't bother me. I like, 90s in the summertime feels pretty good. But recently it's just been a little bit of a heat wave that we have been experiencing, not only here, but I've seen across the country, where it's been more higher 90s and up into the hundreds a few days. But it really doesn't get at its peak heat till later in the day, like 5 or 6 o'clock, which is something I'm not used to. I know in California, I remember it being mostly like 2 o'clock or closer to 3 would be the hottest part of the day.
Yep.
But yeah, it's been hot, but it's really not that bad. I mean, 90s in the summer, I'll take it.
If you like what you're hearing so far, check out the full episode right here.